Let's create a new gameplay ability from scratch. To create gameplay abilities, we have two workflows. One that uses only the editor and another one that is creating them with code. To create them with code, you just go here and define the tags and the gameplay effects. You basically define everything you would put on the scriptable object with a code, and then you make a class for it and it runs just fine. Now, to create a gameplay ability with the editor, we come here, create gas, new ability, SO instant ability. Let's call it fire. So a fire ability has an instant damage and the damage over time. And we also want to apply a tag to know that the target of it is on fire. The ability is empty. We need to create some effects for it. Create gas gameplay effect. Gameplay effect GE/fire damage instant, and duplicate that fire damage over time. Now we need to add those two to the ability. Fire instant, fire damage over time. Now, fire damage instant. We want it to instantaneously remove 10 health from the ability that it's targeting. So we go down here, create a simple modifier, target health, add -10. For the second one, it's damage over time. So we're also going to go down here, simple modifier, also choose health, add -1 for each tick. Now we want it to last 10 seconds. We don't want it to be instantaneous, so we have to change the duration type. Duration value 10 seconds, period 1 second. So during 10 seconds, each second it's going to apply that modifier. So each second it's going to remove 1 from health. They are already on the gameplay ability. Now we have to put the gameplay ability on the initial gameplay abilities of this ability system component. Gameplay ability, fire. Okay, we have the fire ability instantiated from the scriptable object, and now you're gonna apply. You see, we took 10 damage and now we are on fire and our health is going down. Now, we don't have tags, so we have the effect, but we don't have tags. Depending on the logic of your abilities, you might need tags. So we're gonna go back to the damage over time effect and add a granted tag to it. On fire. So we have this tag here, effect.debuff.onFire. Have a bunch of other tags. These are, you can also create those. They're just a scriptable object with the name. Now we put the tag here. Let's see if it's applied to the ability system component. There we go. We have the tag applied. Now we also want to display cues, like the icons that we are showing. Let's go over to our cues library, create a new cue, register a gameplay tag that is going to, that the cues are going to be listening for, effects debuff on fire. We want a new icon, so I'm gonna duplicate this prefab here, find a fire icon, change the name to fire, and place it here. QG fire. That's the prefab that this queue is going to spawn whenever the queue with this gameplay tag here pops up. Let's go over to our gameplay effect fire damage over time, Q tags. Now we want to add that same Q. So effect on fire. There we go. As long as I'm on fire, I have the Q for a fire icon being displayed there. Let's make another one. This time we want the ice ability that freezes the character. That is similar to our fire spell, but instead of having damage over time, reduces the movement speed of the character for a while. So let's go over it. Again, same workflow. Create gas, instant ability, ice. We need one effect for the initial damage. Ice damage instant. And another gameplay effect for the movement slow. Effect ice movement slow. On the ice damage instant, it's still an instant effect, and we're gonna add a simple modifier to it. It's gonna take the health, and it's gonna add it by just -5. Now, on the movement slow, we add the same simple modifier. Instead of targeting the health, we want to target the movement speed attribute. It's gonna multiply the movement speed by -0.5, which is to reduce it by 50%. Now I don't want it to be instant, because we don't want it to be instant. We want it to have a duration, and we want it to last for 10 seconds. We leave period as 0 because we don't want to have the multiplication being reapplied every period. We want it just to last 10 seconds and just have this applied while it lasts. Let's add both effects to our ice ability. Ice damage instant, ice movement slow. And let's also add ice to the ability system component. Okay, we have fire, we have ice, the character's moving, and we are slowly moving now because we have some ice. Wow, 10 seconds is way too long. Let's come here and only 3 seconds of slow. Let's go. 1, 2, yeah, great. Now let's just go over and add some nice icons as well for our ice ability. We also have to create a tag. I don't think we have a tag for ice. Effects, debuff, no, we don't have. So let's come here, duplicate it, rename it to ice. Sometimes Unity doesn't refresh the library, I don't know why. But we can come here and do a manual refresh. 53, effects, ice. Actually, let's name it frozen. Okay. Frozen. There you go. Gameplay cues. Let's duplicate the icon prefab of the fire ability. Call it ice. Change the icon. Let's see if we have some ice here. That should do. Cues library. Register another cue tag to be listened for. Effects, debuff, frozen. Change the prefab to ice. Let's go to the abilities. Ice ability, cue tag, ice, oops, frozen. There we go, should work now. Let's see. There we go. You see, we don't want the icon to just pop up with the ability. We want it to stay as long as we are slowed. That's happening because we put the tag, the Q tag, on the ability itself and not on the effect. The ability, it's just activated and then runs it and it's deactivated because it's an instant ability. We have toggleable abilities which keep activated for a while, so the Qs would be there as well for a while. But on our ice ability, we want the ability to be instant, but we want the effect to last a while, and the effect should display the Q. So we come here, Q tags, frozen, ice, and we're going to remove it from the gameplay ability. Let's see what happens. There we go. As long as you're frozen, we have the icon popping up. Again, making abilities is super simple, as we just saw. You just create assets in the editor, modify them, switch some tags. Super intuitive, super easy to do, super flexible. It's a really powerful system. This is the initial release. If you find any bugs or have any suggestions, please send me an email. We also have some other features planned, like mirror integration, so you can just have it working with multiplayer out of the box, and some other interesting stuff as well. I plan to keep developing this. I'm also making my own things with it. So this is a continuous development asset. Expect new updates and new features to come. I hope you have fun designing your cool mechanics and abilities. Really can't wait to play the cool things you're gonna come up with.